I'm an Army veteran, an Army retired wife, and an Air Force mom. And one of the best benefits that we thought we're getting from the military was space aid travel. We have used it throughout our years of military service numerous times. We have been all over Europe, Asia, Hawaii, Alaska, and all over the years we've collected some tips that have helped us MAC better, and I'm here to share some of them with you, and hopefully they will be useful to you. We would not go on a MAC flight without this Space Aid book. This is something you can pick up either at your local PX, BX, or Class 6 store. They are sold in different locations. But this book lists all the different Air Force bases and where their most common flights go. It lists phone numbers for lodging, for taxi services on post, bank services. You really don't want to undertake a MAC flight without having this book with you. And if you want to go, for example, you're here in the Pacific Northwest at McCord Air Force Base, and your goal is to make it to Hawaii, you would want to take this book, look at the Air Force Base in Hawaii, I think it's Hickam, and see where their most frequent flights go to, and then work your way backwards. So from Hickam, most of the flights tend to go to Alaska or Travis in California. You would then want to go and find out where the flights from Travis go to when you leave from McCord. One of the best ways then to go to Hawaii is either from McCord, Washington to Travis, California to Hickam, or from McCord Air Force Base to Alaska to Hickam. Now, if you're planning on having a trip to Hawaii and you're packing all your sandals and your shorts, and you end up having to go through Alaska and you have a few days layover, you might want to bring some warm weather clothes, some jackets. So think about that. Don't just pack for one climate zone. Take into account that you might have layovers, unexpected, that also take more time from your leave. So make sure you have on either end, the departure and the arrival, that you have at least 2 to 3 days built into your vacation extra in case you are delayed. And military flights aren't like your commercial flights where you have flight attendants and the cabin is equally warm and everything's provided for. Make sure that you pack comfort items, especially if you're traveling with children. Pack backpacks with toys, books, DVD players, snacks, jackets, pillows, and blankets. Blankets are important because sometimes it's warmer in the front of the plane than in the back, and you'll end up being really cold. One more tip I have for you: once you're confirmed for your flight, go ahead and use that Space Aid book and call ahead to the next installation and make reservations for lodging there. If you don't need them, you can always cancel them. But if the flight arrives and you don't have a follow-on flight, you're being held up for a day, that can happen for all kinds of reasons. You don't want to spend the night in a terminal. You want to already have reservations. And believe me, everyone else on the plane is going to scramble to get to lodging. Having called ahead, once you're confirmed, you will have a room. Cancel it if you don't need it, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and call ahead. Another tip: once you get on the plane, there are no assigned seats on most flights. So everyone scrambles for whatever seat they think is best. If you're traveling with children and you have a portable DVD player, find the seat that has an outlet. There are limited outlets, and you want to be able to plug in your computers and your DVD players just to pass the time. If you're flying overseas, make sure you have local currency with you. The plane might get in at 10 o'clock at night, and you might have to get a cab to go off post, to go to a guest house or to a hotel, and they probably won't accept dollars. So if you're heading to Europe, make sure you have some euros in your pocket to make phone calls, to pay taxi cabs, or any other currency at whichever country you travel to. Also, once you arrive at your destination, there is usually a big scramble. All the passengers are trying to hail cabs, are trying to get lodging. If you're traveling with a partner, have one of you wait for the luggage and the other one go ahead already and make those phone calls for cabs. Otherwise, you end up being stuck at the terminal much longer than you would want to. Split up and do the different tasks. And most importantly, you can now sign up for your return trip at the same time you sign up for your trip there. With Space Aid, it's first come, first serve. It's the date at which you signed up. So if you plan on, let's say you want to go to Turkey and you sign up for the flight to Turkey, sign up for your trip back so that you already have had all those days that you're there on vacation on the waiting list. It bumps you up, it gives you an edge. Don't wait until the day you leave and sign up for your return flight. That is probably the most important tip I can give you. Thanks so much for listening. I hope this was helpful.